Hello. So I'm going to be showing you how to calculate the unknown length of a side of a right-angled triangle using trigonometry and specifically SOH CAH TOA. So we're going to follow a few steps. So the first step I'm going to suggest is to draw the triangle. The second step is label the sides. Now, how we want to label them is adjacent, opposite, and hypotenuse. And then after doing this, we want to work out which equation to choose. I'm just going to say simplify that a bit. Choose the equation. And the fourth step, of course, is to solve. Okay, so we're going to be working on question 2a. So I'm going to draw this nice and big. I'm drawing it in the exact same orientation as in the book because I don't want to get confused. So that's step 1, drawing the triangle. It's done, drawn. Now we are going to label the sides. So opposite the angle, we have our opposite side. We have our longest side is our hypotenuse. So let me just make this a different color so it'll be easier to see. So this is our opposite side. This is our hypotenuse. And this is our adjacent side. Okay, so we've done that. We've now labeled it. And now we need to work out which equation applies. To do this, it's sometimes helpful to just rewrite SOH CAH TOA so you can see it. And you want to basically work out which of the ones applies based on if there is an opposite or if there is a hypotenuse in it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go, okay, is there an opposite? Yes. Is there a hypotenuse? Yes. Okay, so that's the equation we're going to be using. And this equation is the one that involves sine. So the equation is going to be sine angle. You know what? Let's just write the equation first. Sine angle equals opposite divided by hypotenuse. So we're now going to rewrite this with all of the data we have inputted into the equation. So we're going to write sine 61 equals opposite, which is x, divided by hypotenuse, which is 8. So we've done this, and now the next step is to solve the equation. To do this, we need to get x by itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to times both sides by 8 to get rid of the 8 on the denominator. To explain why that happens, I'll quickly just show you an example of, let's say we have a balance and a scale, and we know that 2 times 4 equals 8. Now, if we times just say one side by 2, well then all of a sudden 2 times 4 does not equal 16. But if we now times both sides by 2, we have this side's going to be 16, and this side's going to be 16. So that's the premise of balancing equations. And just to clarify why it cancels out, well, x over 8 times 8, when you do multiplication of fractions, it becomes 8x divided by 8. And when you have any number divided by itself, you get 1. 8 over 8, equals 1. So that's the reason why. So going back to solving our equation, we now have something we can put in our calculator, which is 8 sine 61 equals x. And the answer to this is going to be our unknown side. So we're going to put that in our calculator. 8 sine 61 equals 6.99. And what is that unit? It's centimeters. Therefore, x equals 6.99 centimeters. And that is your answer.